Welcome back, everybody. It's late up here at the property and out here in the shipping container framing up our solar power room, freezing my butt off. Luckily, HCALORY sent us this TB Max diesel heater. I can't wait to get this thing installed because I'm freezing my butt off out here. So let's get into it. So if you're new to diesel heaters, congratulations. You get to go out and just get one of these HCALORY TB Max or something very similar. HCALORY's got a whole product line of really nice diesel heaters. If you've been around and kind of played around with diesel heaters for a while and you're maybe looking for an upgrade, you're going to see all of these guys and you're going to understand the frustration that we've had over the years with these things. But HCALORY's really listened to the community and taken all of the feedback from previous diesel heaters and really come pretty close to having the best diesel heater that I've ever seen right here in this TB Max. So let's get this thing installed, then we can go through the specs and talk about everything. Now I'm about ready to drill the hole for the exhaust port to go outside my shipping container. I'm going to keep the heater low in here, that way it's pulling in cold air and warming it up, and since the hot air rises, it gives it a chance to heat the entire container. At least that's my thought process. So let me drill this hole. I gotta say, I'm not looking forward to drilling this hole in this shipping container, but it really is the only way I know how to get this thing ported out. So right there's where I want to go. All right. Get this guy out of the way. Get in here and drill this hole. What I'm using is a carbide tip 2-inch bit. It'll give me a little bit of extra play around this guy, and then I can secure it from the outside, and then all my exhaust will go outside and I won't die. Whew. There we go. One hole. Go out to the outside. That should work out good. I can make sure I get all my mounting screws in the right spot. Now, I need to come and get some high temp RTV for the next trip up here. Pull this thing out, put that in so that it's nice and sealed. I really don't like having these openings in the side of the shipping container, but I'm gonna do my best to keep the number of openings in here to a minimum. So that's one, and I should be able to mount this thing in here and fire it right up. Okay, so we've got our bulkhead exhaust outlet installed, so let's get everything else installed. I got a couple of clamps here for the exhaust. I'll go ahead and get the one installed here on the bottom. I really want to get this tight, make sure that it's sealed. Here, get it on, that's really it. We're gonna plug this guy in. Assuming. There we go. So that thing's plugged in. Now I'm going to fill it up with diesel. Probably can't see this, but I've got power going into this guy. Let's fill it up with diesel. So what I'm doing right now is I'm priming the pump. You press the up and the down keys on this thing, and it'll start priming the fuel pump in there now that I've got some fuel in it. All right. There you go. You can hear the diesel starting, and the glow plug got it to ignite inside of the combustion chamber. So now this guy's going to start getting warm. We should start kicking out some heat. All right, we've got some nice heat coming out of this thing. It's time for me to go inside for the night. Get this thing nice and toasty. That way I can get back to work out here tomorrow. I went ahead and grabbed this TB Max diesel heater out of the shipping container before we came down the hill so I could finish up this video. Kind of illustrates how easy it is to set up and take down. Literally all I had to do was undo the clamp for the exhaust and unplug it and throw it in the back of the truck. So if you're using something like this for tent camping or anything like that, set up, tear down, super quick and easy. I mean, it took me maybe a minute to unscrew the clamp and get this thing loaded up. So keep that in mind. But I did want to talk through all the specs and stuff here at the house. I wanted to kind of play with it a little bit more before I kind of went through everything. So overall, really impressed with this thing. I was able to get it installed in the shipping container in probably about an hour, and that's with drilling a hole in the side of the container and unboxing it and figuring out everything that I need to do. It was super simple. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Let's talk a little bit about some of the features that I noticed with this thing, both using it and just kind of my past experiences with other diesel heaters. So it's a great compact design. Everything's, all in this one small unit right here. It holds almost 2 gallons of fuel. It's 7.5 liters, which is like 1.9 gallons of diesel. It's got, one thing that I really liked about it was it had the exhaust coming out of the side. So on the TB Max, the exhaust comes out of the side, and on the TB2, it comes out one of the ends, I believe the air inlet end, it comes out that side. So if you're doing something specific with where you're mounting it, that may be a consideration for you. Also, I believe that one's a little bit taller as well. So a little bit narrower, a little bit taller. But super handy. The case is nice. It's made out of some aluminum. It does have some plastic on the ends. One thing that I noticed was the opening on this diesel heater versus this guy, you can kind of see the difference in the opening. This one's much bigger. This is, I believe, 3.5 inches, where this is a 3-inch. If you're already set up with one of these older ones, you may have to change some of your hose that you're using to get your air vented into your tent, or connections to whatever you've got it plumbed into, if you're replacing something like this with this new TB Max. So what comes in the box is you get your TB Max diesel heater. It comes with kind of like a quick start guide, a good user manual. There's a ton of information in here, a bunch of settings that I've got to read through and figure out how to use. There's all kinds of timers and all kinds of stuff that you can use. And also the information to set up the app on your phone is in here. The accessories that come with it is you've got one short piece of vent hose, one vent. I'm not, if you're using this for like what I'm using it in the container, it might be good to maybe just kind of get it in and redirect the airflow into an area, and I may actually use it for that, I'm not sure. But if you're tent camping or something, it's a real short piece and you're probably gonna have to get something else. It does come with a louver vent. It comes with the AC adapter so that you can run off of just standard AC power. It comes with the 12-volt adapter so that you can run off of a 12-volt source. It comes with some little feet, and it also comes with these brackets down here at the bottom, which are what I use because that's a little bit more stable for what I'm doing, and it kind of raises it up off the floor of the shipping container. So this gives you the ability to set it down, put a couple screws to keep it mounted in there solid. It also comes with the little muffler, which I'm not using in my setup. You may want to use it. I didn't really notice a ton of noise. And in all of the diesel heaters that I've had, I've never really noticed like a huge reduction in the exhaust noise with these things, but it does come with one. It comes with all the clamps that you'll need to connect both the exhaust hose and your vent hose. It also comes with an extension cable for your screen up here on the top. So if you were going to mount this maybe in an RV or something like that, and you wanted it down in a storage compartment, but you wanted your screen up in the house area, up in the RV area, you could pull this guy out, connect this extension cord, and be able to run it another, I think it's about 6 feet or so, and then you'd be able to mount this up there so that you've got easier access or something, to be able to control everything. It also comes with, and what I thought was the game changer, was this remote right here, which allows you to, if you're tent camping or something, you can have this guy outside running away. You can drag this thing inside of your tent, and you can set your temperature or whatever fan speed, however hot you want this thing to get on the remote, and just keep the remote in there, and it runs off of the thermostat in this remote. I know that it works because I screwed up for a couple of hours. I had this thing outside in the shipping container. I took this thing inside thinking that, hey, this would be great in the morning. I can check and see if it's running, or be able to turn it on and off from inside of the trailer. It was warm inside the trailer. I went back out a couple hours later. I'm like, man, what happened? This thing's super cold in the shipping container. And then this thing started spooling up. What I figured out is that it was nice and warm inside the trailer. So this guy said, hey, I'm warm, time to shut this off. And then this thing kind of like throttled down. It was still putting out a little bit of heat, but it wasn't like ramped up and trying to get it up to the 65 degrees that I had it set at, because it was inside of an environment that was already 65 degrees. So might be something to keep in mind, that wherever you've got this thing, that's going to be the temperature that this thing is trying to match. So if you've got it, you know, maybe inside your shirt pocket underneath the jacket, it may register that it's warmer than it actually is. So I just get this thing out and just kind of hang it in the area, but at least you could leave this outside somewhere and be able to use this to control your temperature inside of your tent or camper, you know, however you're using this thing. So, but super handy, pretty amazing. With the 2-gallon capacity, this thing will run for about 62.5 hours is what they say. I know I ran it for over 24 hours straight, and it is still half full, and I didn't fill it all the way up. So I know it'll run for a long time. I can see a ton of different uses and applications for this thing, whether it be in a shipping container like what we're doing, or even a small cabin, or whether you're trying to heat your motor home or travel trailer, or, you know, tent or whatever, doing some winter camping. And the fact that it is, you know, somewhat water resistant is awesome. So if you've got this thing out and you're doing some snow camping, and you're running the tube inside of your tent or something, this thing can just sit outside, get a little bit of snow on it, and it's not going to cause a problem. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.